Good morning. Find your comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, root through your sit bones, lengthen through the crown of your head, get all the wiggles out, twist, move, open your chest, open your back, twist to the side a little bit. Don't over twist, over move. And I want you to rock forward and back on your sit bones. You might have to come forward in your chair just a little bit. Rock forward and back on your sit bones. Feel the weight transition from your tailbone to your pubic bone. And then I want your forward and back to become smaller and smaller until you feel yourself centered on your sit bones. I want you to center the crown of your head right over your sit bones. And then I want you to tilt only your pelvis. So tilting it forward and back on the sit bones, come towards your pubic bone and then back towards your tailbone. When you come towards your pubic bone, you feel that arch in your back. When you go towards your tailbone, you feel like you're pulling everything in. Try and keep your head centered over your sit bones. And then make it smaller. Center your pelvis right over the sit bones. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Focus in on your breath, the rise and fall of your chest. Remembering your pelvic floor is kind of like a hammock that goes between each hip joint and between your pelvic bone and your tailbone. And it's a group of muscles that hold all your guts up inside of you. Within your pelvic floor are the sphincter muscles that you're familiar with for stopping the flow of urine or all of that fun stuff, pushing out a child. And our pelvic floor is very important to overall body health. So I want you to squeeze like you're going to stop the flow of urine. Trying to focus just on the front of the body. Because we know there's a sphincter in the back. We want to do them opposite. And I want you to focus on the sphincter in the back. Squeeze. Trying to relax the front one. And relax. And then I want you to go deeper into the pelvic floor. Imagine that you're trying to pull the chair up using your pelvic floor muscles. So it's kind of a draw upward. You may use both sphincters a little bit, but that's not your focus. Releasing and kind of pulling up. Releasing and kind of pulling up. Just getting familiar with the different muscles down and under. And the interesting part about males versus females is we all have the same pelvic floor muscles, except for the women has that extra canal opening, the birth canal opening. So we have an extra split between two muscles that men do not have. And I want you to hold that lift for just a moment. And try and relax your urinary sphincter. I know y'all think I'm nuts, but it's okay. Lengthen through the crown. Feel yourself long and tall. And relax your pelvic floor, but keep the tall feeling in your body, stacked vertebrae. Put the left fingers on the back of your head, not holding it, just touching there. Open up your left elbow and turn your head to the right. And breathe. Drop your chin down to your right shoulder. Lift your left elbow. So we're kind of tucking ourselves over on the right side. Bring the elbow back down. Bring the chin back up. Release the hand. Bring the head forward. Roll your shoulder a little bit. Stay tall. Right hand to the back of your head. Turn your head left. Open your elbow out so that it's parallel with the side of your body. You don't have to take it way back. Drop your chin down to your shoulder and start to lift your elbow and side on the right. Slowly come back to neutral. Release the hand, turn the head back to the front. Drop your head forward, open the back of your neck. Lift your head to the sky. Take your hands off your lap, wide fingers, open them up to either side. Stretch through your chest and your neck. Keep your shoulders open, keep your arms open, and start to take your head back down into your chest. Flip your hands over so palm faces back and push back. If you're trying to reach the wall, and put your palm on the wall behind you. Bring your head up, keep your hands pressing backwards. Bring your head to neutral and relax your arms at your sides and roll. Having a hot flash. Strap, dog leash, belt, whatever you would like. Got our shoulders warmed up a little bit. Take your hands about 45 degrees out. Have a soft grip on your strap. Allow it to rest in your lap. Lengthen through your crown. And we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, just right over your ears, and exhale back down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. You're not holding your strap really tight, but you're keeping it taut, not letting it sag in the middle. Inhale up and hold. Shoulders down away from the ears. Lean to the right. Up and over to the left. And back up to center. Reach your arms up like you're giving away the strap. Bring your shoulders down. Come all the way down. Shake it out for a second. We're going to do halfway up this time. Come halfway up. Hold. Give the strap away. Shoulders come forward. Draw the strap back. Shoulders go back. Shoulders forward. Shoulders back. Bring the shoulders to neutral. keeping the strap out. Rotate through the spine. Pull the belly in. Rotate as far as you can. Not bending the elbows. Not over twisting. Come back to center. Go the other direction. Pull the belly in so you don't over twist. Breathe. Come back to center. Go to the other side again. We're going to make it a little more challenging. Nice and tall in the spine. Go as far as you can comfortably, and then take the shoulders forward like you're giving it away over there. And then draw the shoulders back. Take them to neutral, and let's go to the other side. As far as you can comfortably, tall, and then shoulders forward. Draw shoulders back. Back to neutral, come to the forward, and relax. Let your arms hang, shake them out. Sorry, shoulder people. Right hand up. You're going to make sure you get all 5 fingers with your left hand, and you're going to press back. Elbow stays close to the body. Lengthen through the crown, nice and tall. Press through the wrist. Feel stretch all through your forearm, through your wrist. Then we're going to release, and you have 2 choices. You can take the back of your palm and bring into the bicep, or you can grab all 5 fingers and bring into the bicep. And relax. Roll, big rolls, all the way around. Go the other direction. All right, relax that arm. We're going to do the other side. Left hand, right hand, make sure you get all 5 fingers. Press back. Elbow stays close to the body. Try and relax that arm. And release. 2 choices, back of the hand or all 5 fingers. Draw them into the bicep. And relax, big circles, all the way around. Both directions. I don't know why I keep wanting to yawn. Y'all should be used to that. In regular yoga class, I yawn the whole time. Means I need more caffeine. All right, I'm gonna get this out of the way. Come forward, got your strap. Come forward on the seat of your chair. Make sure you still have enough butt on there to keep your balance. You're gonna lasso your right foot right in the arch. Now you can hold it with 2 hands, or you can do with 1 hand. It's totally up to you. I have to have 1 hand to talk with. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure your left leg is nice and stable so that if you lift your right one, that your left is supporting you. Lengthen through the crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale and lift that right leg out in front of you with a soft flex. Grab as much strap as you need. Sorry. As much strap as you need, as far down as you need, but sit up tall. Try not to lean back. Try and have a nice L shape with the body. Soften through your knee. You can wrap to get more support if you need to. Wiggle your toes, the soft flex of the foot. Have that little tiny micro bend in the knee. All the way from the hip joint, I want you to turn the whole leg out. Toes and knees stay lined up. Whole leg is going out there. Breathe. Toes back up. Now bring your toes inward, or not your toes, your whole leg. Rotate inward. It's going to be much, much smaller. Try not to crank your ankle over. Keep it lined up with your toes. And then bring it back to neutral. Lengthen through your crown, pull your toes back towards your torso, push through the heel of your foot, stretch to the back of your leg. Hallelujah. Breathe and slowly take it down. Relax. Shake it out. Switch sides. Lasso it however you would like to hold on to, 1 or 2 straps. Make sure you sit tall to start. Deep breath. Exhale and lift. The leg as straight out as you can, possibly, without leaning back. Lasso your arm, wrap your arm up if you need to for added support. Soft little bend to the knee. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Whole leg, rotate, toes out. Breathe. Toes back up. Whole leg, rotate, toes in. Don't crank your ankle over. Keep it in line with your knee. And rotate back to the toes up. Lengthen through the crown one more time. Press through the heel of the foot. Draw the toes back to your torso. Keep the micro bend in your knee. Breathe. And slowly relax, just like that, all the way down. And shake it out. We're going to go back to the right foot. We're going to do breathing movement. All right, lengthen tall, deep breath. Exhale, lift. We're going to 2 to the outside. Take it out and bring it in. 1 more. Take it out. Bring it in. Now up. Walk up the strap. Up and down. And up and all the way down. Switch sides. Left foot, lengthen tall. Deep breath to start. Exhale, lift. Grab the strap how you need it. 2 to the outside. Take it out and in. Take it out. We're going to go up. Draw down the strap. Try not to lean back. And down. And up. And all the way down. And relax. Shake it out. Give you a break with your fingers and the strap. I'm going to go ahead and stand up and do our balance. We are going to use our strap when we balance, but we're going to do one without it first. Give your hand a break. Okay. Put the chair out in front of you somewhere. You're going to stand off to the side. You're going to make sure we're going to stand on our left foot. Make sure there's nothing on the right side that you could kick. Okay. Make sure you got that nice opening. Standing on the left foot. Weight is on the left foot. You can have a little bit of weight on the right one to keep your balance. I want you to lengthen through your all of your joints, through the knee, through the hip, through the crown. Right foot still on the floor for balance. I want you to point your right toe. You can touch the floor to help keep your balance. Try and hold on. If you're holding on, try and just touch it instead of grip it. The toe can be touching the floor, or it could be kind of bouncing up and down as you find your balance. Lengthen. Now take that toe and slide that arc out to the side. You know, feel this outer thigh, outer glute work. Slide it to the back. Don't lean forward. Squeeze your butt. Breathe. Bend your knee up in front. Point your toe to the ground. Open your knee to the outside. Take your knee down with the foot behind you and relax. Stomp it out, walk it out, shake it out. We're going to go the other side. Move your chair or turn around. It's up to you. Standing on the left foot this time, make sure there's nothing you can kick on the, standing on the right foot, make sure there's nothing you can kick on the left side. All your weight on the right foot. Left toes can be on the floor as you lengthen tall. Find space between your vertebrae, space in your knee. Don't lock your knee out. If you're holding the chair, try and just have a hand resting on it or fingertips and not gripping it for dear life. Toe forward. It can barely be touching or it can be lifted. Breathe, find a focal point. Keeping your body in the same position, arc it out to the outside. Feel it right there. Without leaning forward, take it to the back. Squeeze your butt. Breathe. Bend your knee, bring it up in front of you. Toes pointed to the ground. Open your knee to the outside. Bring your knee in, foot behind you, and relax. Good job. Shake it out. Find your strap. We're going to stretch the front. We're going to do a modified dancer pose. I'm going to do it to the side so you can see better. So you're going to have your strap and you're going to step through so that it is in between your legs. Then you're going to start with it on the right side. So take both ends on the right side, put all your weight on the left side. Kind of take the strap back behind you. Make sure you have that chair to hold on to if you need to. So it's going to be on the ankle of the right foot. So gather up enough, get rid of the excess, have it back there on your ankle. Lengthen tall. Use the left hand to balance if you need to, and then bend that knee and hold onto that foot. Bring it up as far as you can. That's if you're not able to grab it. If you can grab it, grab it. Lengthen tall. Grab and hold. Either hold the strap, hold the ankle, find a focal point. Breathe. And relax. Release it back down. Switching to the left side. You've got the strap between your legs. You're going to take both straps to the left side. Put your weight on the right foot. Take the left foot behind you. Gather up the excess. So you have the strap on the ankle. Hold on with the right hand. Find a focal point. Bend the knee, draw it up. Use your arm strength to draw that leg up, not your leg strength, because your leg will want to cramp more than likely if you're trying to pull it up with the leg muscles. You want to get those to relax. And breathe. Find that focal point. And release. Shake it out, walk it out. Get your strap out of your way. We're done with that for a little while. Thank the Lord, right? All right, we're going to put the chair to the end of the mat. You're going to face the chair. Stand about a foot maybe away from the chair. You're going to hinge at your hips, take your butt back and put your hands on either side of the chair. Now, typically we have our shoulders over our hands and our hips over our feet. I want your hips to walk back a little bit further so that your arms are they're not at a 45-degree angle. I would say they're more like 75-ish. So your hips are over your ankles, your knees are soft, and you're kind of having to reach for that chair a little bit, but you have weight on the chair. And I want you to rock forward and back on your feet, having the weight in the heels, and take the weight to the toes. Heels and toes. You have that chair there for balance. The knees are soft. Every time you go back, you get that nice stretch down the back of your legs. Rock to the back and hold. Bend into your knees a little bit more. Soften the grip on your hands. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Stare at the floor so you don't lift your head up. Keep your head in line with your spine, rest of your spine. Wiggle the toes. Breathe. All right, slowly start to come back up. Rock forward and back. Take your hips right over your ankles and rock side to side. Hold your rock on the right side so you feel the weight on the outside of that right foot, where your big toe feels like it's going to lift up off the floor. Press that hip over there. The boys have decided to mow right now. I just heard the mower start up. I don't know if y'all can hear it on camera or not. Press into that right hip. Slowly start bringing it back to center, rock side to side. So we're getting a little bit of that outside T-band stretch. All right, rock to the left side. Press that hip out to the left. Feel the weight on the outside of that left foot. Feel like your left big toe wants to lift up a little bit or has hardly any weight on it. Press that hip over there. Good job. Slowly bring it back up. Step your feet forward so that your shoulders are over the top of your hands. Keep your hips over the top of your ankles. Shake out your legs if you want to, need to. Walk the dog, which means to lift and lower your heels. All right, weight is going to go on your right foot. On your upper body, weight is going to be centralized on the left hand. I want you to lift your left foot behind you. It doesn't have to be super high. And I want you to take your right hand off the chair. You could just be hovering there, or you can reach it forward overhead like you're reaching for something. Rotate so that your hips are level, like you go put glasses on your hips and they would not fall off and spill. Breathe. Return your hand to the seat. Slowly lower your toes. Slide them back up underneath your hips. Weight on both feet. Shake them out. Walk the dog. I'm going to do the other side. Weight on the left foot. Upper body weight is on the right hand. Slowly start to raise the right foot behind you. Take a weight off the left hand. It can stay there and hover, or fingertip touch, or reach out. Rotate those hips down like your hip bone is pointing towards the floor. It's not opening up to the right. Breathe and lengthen. Find a focal point. Hand comes down first. Slowly lower foot. Slide in over both feet. Walk the dog, shake it out. You have 3 choices for the forward fold. You can just lower yourself right down to your elbows. You can take yourself to your forehead on the chair, or you can step completely away from the chair, bend into your knees, and just fold forward. Let your upper body hang. It's really whichever one is more comfortable. There's not one better than the other. Better than the other as far as ability is concerned. One might feel better than the other to you. Do the one that's going to make you feel the most relaxed, because that's the point. You can rock or you can sit still. Bend into your knees a little bit more. Let your belly sit right on those thighs. Everybody lift your head to flatten your back. Hold on to the chair or the seat if you need to. Flattening your back. Squeeze the butt, root through the soles of the feet. Slowly start to come up. All the way up. Shake it out, and we're going to work ourselves onto the floor. So move your chair out of the way. Use it if you need it to get up or down. Make sure that your block is nearby, your strap is nearby once you get to the floor. We are going to go to our back. Just organizing all my stuff. Once you're on your back, you can open your feet up and let them flop side to side like windshield wipers, or you can draw your feet up and roll around a little bit. Whichever one works better for you. So now just take a moment. And you're just going to draw it into your body. You could also, if either one of those is not comfortable to you, you could also lasso your foot and use the strap to help to draw it into the body. Or you could put the strap around the outer thigh to help draw it into the body. Any of those choices. You're just pressing that hip down into the floor. Straighten your left leg. Have the toes gently flexed so that they're pointing to the ceiling and not flopping off to the side. Breathe. Now, while we're in this position, I want you to grab that block that I told you to keep nearby, or pillow, or whatever you're using, and I want you to put it over here next to your left hip. Lying down, we twist the lower body. Sitting up, we twist the upper body. So you're going to release the grip on your leg, put your left hand on the outside of that right thigh, move your hips together, rotate over, and I want you to get that block situated so you're resting your inner thigh, or you're not on your kneecap, knee joint, but a little further up, and you can rest it on that block or whatever it is. I have my block at the tall position. Breathe. Flex both feet. Keep the legs engaged. Turn your head to the right. Nice big belly breath. Bring your head back to center. Slowly start to roll your hips back. Make sure they're moving together. Keep them lined up. Put your right foot on the floor. Bring your left knee in. Grabbing the shin, grabbing the back of the thigh, using the strap, whatever is more comfortable for you. Take a moment to take that block to your right side. Pull the knee in for a moment and straighten the right leg. Soft flex so the toes stay up. Breathe. Release the grip on the leg a little bit. Right hand on the outside of left thigh. Roll hips together. Come right over that block. Use that block for support. Both feet stay flexed. Turn your head left. Try and take a nice big breath. Head comes back first, then start rolling back, hips back. Line them back up. Left foot on the floor. Slide the right foot up. I'm going to walk the feet to the outside edges, and we're going to flop side to side. Let yourself roll up onto the outside edges of your feet as you flop, creating some space in your hips. Motion is lotion for the joints, moving through the joints, getting that fluid to move around. Passively rocking side to side. And then I want you to start engaging your glute. So if you rock both feet, both knees to the right, you engage the left glute. Rock them to the left, you engage the right glute, like you're trying to press the knee further towards the side. It's engaging one cheek at a time. If both cheeks engage, that's perfectly fine. It just, one is going to be more dominant than the other. Joe and I were doing this one day, and I was telling him to engage one cheek at a time, and he said, "How do you do only one?" So I really didn't realize that only one is not always available to everybody. So I was glad that he mentioned that. Stop over on the right side. Roll up on the sides of your feet. Put your hands either in T position or Y or cactus, or you can take them overhead in diamond. Whichever one is a little challenging, but doesn't hurt. I don't want it to hurt. Breathe. We're not really engaging anything in the lower body unless you need to. If you feel like your back is pulling, you can put the block underneath your outer thigh to support the back. You can squeeze the butt to support the back. You can flex the foot to support the back. Pull the belly in, draw the knees up, and flop side to side. You can change the position of your hands, T, Y, cactus, or diamond. Take both knees to the left, rolling up on the outside edges. Use the block for support wherever you need it. You may find that you only need support on one side also. Breathe. Try not to engage anything in the lower belly or the lower half of your body unless you're utilizing it for support. Engage the belly, draw the knees up. Flop them side to side a couple more times. Walk the left foot in. Straighten out the right leg. Toes are up. Take the right arm overhead, reaching the tips of the fingers and the sole of the right foot in opposite directions. Breathe. Relax the arm, bring it back down, keep that leg engaged, and you're going to lift the leg off the floor a little bit at a time. So start with just lifting the heel up and lowering, and then maybe you lift so that you feel your calf kind of come off the floor or the weight release. Trying to engage your abs to just lift and lower teeny tiny bit, inch or two maybe, without locking out your knee. Keep your knee slightly bent. Try and lift it a little bit higher. Lift and lower, up and down. Keep your bellies engaged. Keep the pelvic floor engaged. Do you remember engaging the pelvic floor, how that felt? Lift and lower. I want you to lift about 3 inches and point your toe. Keep your knee soft. Flex your foot. Slowly lower back down. Slide your heel all the way in. Slide the left one out. Flexed foot. Left arm overhead. Lengthen from tips of fingers to the sole of foot, like you're trying to reach opposite directions, making that whole side body long. Keep the length, release the arm, draw it back down. Soft bend in the knee and start to slowly lift and lower. Maybe just your heel comes off to begin. Little tiny lifts and lowers. Engage through the belly, engage through the pelvic floor. Every time you lower, relax everything except your flexed foot. Then engage again to lift. Lift and lower. When you're ready, take it about the 3 inches off the floor and point your toe. Flex your foot. Lower back down, slide the heel all the way back up. You just kind of rock side to side. Release any tension. Just like when we're seated on the floor, we're going to do or seated on a chair, we're going to do the figure 4 and bring your left knee, or not left, this is right ankle on your left thigh. There we go. Make sure your ankle's hanging off. You can use a strap if you want to for support. Just try and relax that hip to start with. Relax the knee, relax the hip. You can wag it back and forth a little bit. And you can either use your hand if you got long enough arms, or you can use a block or book or pillow and just push on that inner thigh. Trying to flatten it almost with the left thigh. Squeeze the butt to support the hip joint if you need some hip support. And relax, release the block. Bring the knee into the midline. Take your left hand on the outside and just draw it across midline a little bit and get more stretch outside of the thigh and the glute. We're not going to roll today. Sometimes we roll over. And relax. Foot to the floor. Switch sides. Bring your left one up. Let the ankle hang off of the knee and just relax. Waggle the knee back and forth a little bit. The left knee. If your arm is long enough, you can just use your hand. If not, use your block. Press that inner thigh away. Breathe. And relax. Release the block to the side if you're using it. Bring the knee into the midline. Take your right hand on the outside of that thigh. Draw it a little bit across the midline and get the outer thigh glute. And relax. Release to the floor. You can roll or you can flop. We're going to prepare yourself for savasana. Lying out. You can lie with your feet open and your knees together. You can put your legs over a bolster. You can lay out flat if you want. Get your eye pillow. Arms at your side, palms up. I guess y'all said it's so warm and nobody wants to put a blanket on. Get your last minute wiggles out, getting yourself comfortable. Make sure your head and shoulders are lined up. Your back is supported. And come into your breath. So do you know if you hold tension within your pelvic floor? How does it feel in a flattened out position? Can you return your attention to the sphincter muscles, front and back? Can you draw the pelvic floor up towards your abdomen? You can just let the pelvic floor completely relax. Feel as if the pelvic floor is kind of sliding down into your low back. Feel your hips rooted into the mat, your shoulders rooted into the mat. Feel each pressure point on the mat. Feel the breath in your lungs. Any thoughts that try and invade your space at the moment, just let them pass by as if they were on a parade or looking through the window. Try not to take them captive and hold on and think about whatever that thought is. Maybe think of filing them into a cabinet for later or piling them on the side for later. And each time a thought tries to pull you away, remember your breath right in the back of your throat. Feel the breath in the back of your throat. The temperature change of the inhale versus the exhale. As you focus on your breath, feel your body heavy on the floor. Feel the breath light and airy. Keep your focus on the breath. Release the thoughts. Meditation is not about not thinking. It's about focusing thought. I know I use the analogy sometimes to clear your mind or imagine a blank slate. It is easier said than done. I want you to just focus your mind on one thing, on that breath, the feeling of the breath, the location of the breath, maybe even the sound of the breath. Maybe you're a little wheezy today or your nose is stuffed up. You're just focusing that thought processes into one thing. It's like lining up your monkeys of the mind, making them wait their turn while you breathe and relax. And I want you to draw your thought processes, and I want you to imagine you're standing in the middle of a field. I want you to look around that field, and I want you to see the grasses and the wildflowers. I want you to create this picture in your mind with every detail possible. Do you have a fence? What is out in the distance? Is there just flat land as far as the eye can see? Or maybe you have some mountains? Do you have trees, dwellings, animals, water features? The sky is blue. There has been plenty of rain, so there's plenty of green grasses, budding wildflowers. You see the breeze on the grasses and the flowers, and you feel the breeze in your face. You feel the warmth of the sun. Imagine yourself in this field facing west, and the sun has crested over the highest point of the day and is working its way down. You see small shadows from the grass, or maybe you have trees or fence. But the shadows are small, they're not very long. The sun is still fairly high. What does your prairie, your field, what do you smell? Do you smell earth? Do you smell flowers? Maybe you have animals. Maybe you smell animals. Is the air fresh and clean? Is the air super warm? Or does that breeze help to cool off just a bit to make it comfortable? You're facing the west. What do you have to your west side? Turn around and face the east. And what do you have to the east side? Can you look down and see your shadows grow very slowly and slightly from the sun at your back? Feel the warmth of the sun on your back and the breeze on your cheek. Remember the colors of the grasses, the flowers, the sky. Remember the details of your private field, or maybe it's a memory that you're conjuring up and you're trying to remember each detail. This is a place of peace. This is a place you can focus on and let the worry release to the world. Let the busyness release, and you can just go in your mind, take a break from the world, and just enjoy your prairie, your field, your flowers, the sun, Mother Earth. Be with yourself in prayer, be with yourself in remembrance, whatever you want to do to take a break from today, from the now. Take a nice deep breath, filling your lungs all the way up, bringing awareness back to your body. And as you exhale, let your vision fall at your feet. Feel yourself back in your space, your mind in your head on the mat, your heavy body on the mat, your breath in your lungs, the sounds around you, the smells, the feels, the temperature of your room. Allow yourself to take it all in from all the senses except sight. Bringing awareness to the fingers and toes, start to wiggle them around, roll your wrists and ankles, bend and straighten your elbows and knees, your hips, your shoulders, turn your head side to side, arch and contract your back. Just create some movement through your body. Wake everything up. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest, and you can roll around on your back for a moment if you'd like. Readying yourself to roll over onto your side. Whenever you're ready, stack your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Keep your back long. Support your head if you have something there to support it with. Give yourself a couple of moments for gravity to transition, equilibrium to transition, and peel yourself up off the floor. Stack your shoulders, hips over your hips. Find a seated position, either cross-legged or you can have your legs out in front of you. Relax your hands in your lap and just let your head drop forward. Slowly start to roll from side to side. Making your way into bigger rolls, bringing the ear to the side and lifting the chin. Not allowing your head to roll all the way to the back. Allow it to stop at the shoulder side. Pause on the right. I want you to take that left hand and I want you to slide it along your thigh, along your butt, and just into the small of your back. Doesn't have to go very far. It can rest on your laurel there. And tuck your chin, roll back to center, bring your left hand back in front. And start to rock side to side in the neck again. Rolling your head. Pause over on the left side, stacking it right over the top of the shoulder. Start to slide your right hand along your thigh, along your glute. Resting it to the back of your right hip. Relax through the shoulder and the elbow. Tuck your chin and roll to the front and slide the arm back to the front. Lift your head to the ceiling. Really reach through the chin. Reach it up. Feel the lengthening through the neck and chest. Stretch through your skin. And bring it back down to neutral. Inhale, both arms breathe, reach up. Exhale, arms down. One last breath. Inhale, both arms up, gather air, hands come together overhead. Exhale down to your chest. Let your eyes flutter open. And namaste.